Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War procast inside of East Yorkshire. And today we have a 1v1 on Antigua Bay. Over in the Imperial Guard corner we have Tonkata Sucks, and over in the Necron corner we've got Urgius Mouse. Urgius Mouse throwing out some Necron warriors as he is getting his power or plasma generators online, whereas Tonkata is throwing down a plasma generator right up on the front and getting some guardsmen to capture this strategic point over here. So you'll notice that the Necrons start with 3 builder units as they throw down some plasma generators, all spaced out compared to how you see it in vanilla. If you want some more details on how the Necrons do play in Dawn of War Pro, we do have a breakdown video on this channel that we did the other day. Imperial Guard player throwing down an infantry command a little bit later than you would normally see, so might have a delay on that hero unit coming out. You have some Necron warriors coming out and a forbidden archive being built up, which is where the Necrons are able to recruit their Necron Lord. Guardsmen pushing around this side, having a look at this critical location over here. Have a command squad on their way out, as well as a Telepathica temple. So going to be seeing some psychic bits and bobs coming out, probably the psychic bolts from the Psyker to take care of the Necron Lord. No Necron Lord coming... Ah, there we go. Necron Lord coming out now, and some more Necron warriors. Scarabs coming out. Going to be placing more of their plasma generators about. Not quite going for the strategic points yet. Remember that the strategic points and the obelisks that are built on top of them increase the... whatever you call it, the squad cap for the Necrons. At the beginning of the game, they don't necessarily need them as desperately as they would in vanilla. Command squad is out. Not quite getting any of the new boys as of yet. We do have some combat. Necrons are standing in the water. Command squad going to go in, tie them up in close combat. These guys are probably going to want to run away a little bit. There's some more Necron warriors coming around the side. Beautiful colour scheme, by the by. Lovely and pink. As the old saying goes, pink, pink makes the boys wink. Commander getting a Psyker out. Although this is quite unfortunate, he will be caught by all this fire here, and it will bring him down to half his health. The Commander, quite a vulnerable unit when he's out on his own. But a Psyker is on the way out here, and a Psyker is here. Notice how we've got some little flashy blue bits at the bottom. That is, I do believe, a general range damage reduction buff to anyone. I think this Psyker gives like... Ah, yeah, there we go. It's like an area of effect. So even though these boys don't have Psyker in them, it does help everyone here. They're going to push over the river, storming the beaches like Normandy. But they are just going to stand on this other side of the river. And they do slightly outrange these Necron warriors. So these Necron warriors are going to fall back a little bit. A stylish pink Necron Lord is on his way out. Necron player also going to grab his relic over there, which will help him beef up his Necron Lord. Necron Lord comes out quite good at harassment with his teleportation ability. Also able to get an obelisk so Necron warriors can teleport on them. However, at the beginning of the game, he's not exactly the most bashy kind of guy. But he can be upgraded to be that if you so wish. Necron Lord unsupported at the moment. He's going to fall back. These Necron warriors are going to see if they can... Ah, no, not Mersey round over here. We do have a minefield also being built down there. Looks like they're going to hunker down in this heavy cover. Will help them stand up to the ranged fire of the Imperial Guardsmen. Do have some grenade launchers and some zappy bits. We'll take a chunk off the Necron Lord's health. Another zappy bit goes down. And what's the economy looking like at the moment? 83 to 20 compared to 80. So it's all gravy, baby. More guardsmen. More generators. Necron warriors pushing out just a tad. Relic is down. Going to go for tier 2 for the Necrons. No commander upgrades as of yet. Imperial Guard player does not have any relics yet, so no upgrades for them. He has gone for double Psykers. So no priests or anything like that. I do believe as well that, yeah, so they've got to, even for your lord, you've got to research the individual boys that you want to add. These guys are going to go do some power bashing. Commander squad very good at cracking through plasma generators. Notice how all these guardsmen now have lots of clouds around them. It does reduce their line of sight. These guys are going to move towards the heavy cover, bash these boys with their grenade launchers. We've done some light flamers on these guys, so when the Necrons do get into close combat, they will be flamed away. This is quite a lot for the Necrons to deal with at the moment. Doing a bit of a hokey pokey cokey okey, going in, out, shaking it all about. A slow retreat from the Necrons. Now going to go back to the heavy cover. And hopefully help them stand up against this bits and bobs. We do have a Necron tier pillar going up. Again, the reduced line of sight for them. As well as allowing dudes to teleport onto there. I do believe that in tier 2 it also has a health regen for Necron units nearby. Pink dude over here standing up. Necron Lord staying in. Will lose his morale there. Will probably want to teleport away at some point. Did manage to take down a Psyker, however. And he will teleport away. We do have some shiny bits coming from the Necron Monolith, which will allow these boys to teleport back. They can't reinforce when they're away from base, but when they are next to base, look how quickly they're able to reinforce back up to squad strength. Have some destroyers coming out as well. And some Wraiths. What's going on over here? We do have some heavy weapons now out. And the Guardsman is finally taking his relic over yonder. Guardsman pushing forward into this little choke point. Going to see if they can do some stabbing, do some shooting. Full squads of Necrons now. Not upgraded yet. They have not had any of their unit upgrades. Guardsman pushing in. Flamer going for the Necron Lord. Got some Wraiths out. Wraiths come in packs of 2. Destroyer is out. It's a mean beast at range, but can also handle itself in close combat against all infantry types, I do believe. We do have a heavy las cannon down and a heavy weapons team, so they are prepared for the Destroyer and also the Wraiths. More psychic bolts, but that's going to be focused on one of the Wraiths, and both the Wraiths have gone down. Although this Guardsman squad, only with one boy left now, 2 boys are going to fall back a bit. Necron Lord going to retreat a bit. These dudes have lost their morale, and when Necron Warriors lose their morale, they lose their ability to rebuild themselves. Almost got a surround on that Destroyer. Destroyer's going to jump back a little bit and carry on firing. Necron Lord has gone down. And Necron Warriors are just going to hold the advance of the Necrons back just... Necrons? Hold back the advance of the Imperial Guard just a little bit. They have managed to take down the las cannon heavy weapons team. And these destroyers are, well, just singular destroyer, going to be popping some shots on these boys. Only a couple of shots from its cannon takes down the model, so it's very effective. Cutting a path through these guardsmen. Some more Wraiths coming out. And Necron Lord is being repaired. Taking hold victory going for the guardsmen, I would believe. Yep. No mechanized commands as of yet. We do have a boy hiding in here. Not sure which boy that is. It might be a Tech Priest Engine Seer. Population full for the Destroyer. So they will need to start building some more obelisks. Necrons need a good amount of map control to be able to build up their armies. They have lost their relic. They do have a Scarab on standby, ready to decap it, or recap it should I say. Firing line is down, and we have a auto cannon for this heavy weapons team, so slowly but surely moving up the firing line. Might have to see some flayed ones. There are a lot of Psykers providing them a good ranged defence. 2 destroyers out now. Destroyer being repaired by this Builder Scarab. Builder Scarab doing its best. Not being focused down. We do have a Valkyrie firing ability coming down as well. Wraith over here. Unfortunately, it does get taken down. And that does do a fair bit of damage to all the Necrons down here. Pillar is up. Necron Lord resurrected over here. Slaps down one of these weapon teams. That will teleport back. It was taking a fair bit of damage over in there. No more units being built for the Necrons. 104, 36 to 97. So still a good amount. Necron bases are quite difficult to take on, as we talked about earlier. They do reinforce quite quickly when in their own base. But this is quite a healthy amount of guardsmen, especially for these heavy weapon teams as close as they are. Might have to see some sort of flayed one action. We do have some more destroyers coming out. Necron Warriors having to move back a little bit. A confident display from Tonkata. We'll be firing at this secondary monolith. More destroyers are on the way, but there are some more heavy las cannons. This is not looking very like a very pretty situation for Necron player. Builder Scavs are doing their best to keep these guys alive, but they are taking more damage than they are able to repair. No relic being taken yet, but this critical location is being decapped by the scarabs. Necrons are re-getting their boys, and some flayed ones are being cooked in the Necron monolith. Quick look at the base, just more plasma generators, nothing fancy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The slow advance of the heavy weapons teams push back the Necron menace. We also have a Sentinel. Oh, where did it? Ah! The mechanized command down here. Necron flayed ones are out. Necron pillar reducing line of sight, increasing health regen. Flayed ones have already lost their morale due to focus fire. They are going to survive for very long, but that does give destroyers a chance to move in and fire their bits and bobs. Flayed ones earning their keep here, even if it is a sacrificial keep. They have been shot down. Sentinel holding firm, trying to focus down these las cannons. They have taken down the destroyer over here. Only one destroyer left and he is very, very low on health. Valkyrie attack does take down the other destroyer. Although a lot of guardsmen have been taken out. And OGS Mouse throws out the GG. By the looks of things. So, yeah, there we go. And a heavy battle to it. So, a very slow advance. But it doesn't look like he's all out. Maybe that was a premature GG. I mean, that flayed one advance did work to a certain extent. It did kill a lot of guardsmen. Pops them in there, waits for a cooldown. We'll be able to spawn these guys around the back. These Builder Scavs are trying to repair this Necron monolith. Flayed ones have jumped out. There hasn't been a... They normally crawl out the ground. That must have been like some sort of bug. That's why they were standing still, because they were just trying to do their animation. Very quickly cutting through this lonely guardsman unit with only 2 boys left. Now only 1 boy left. Not quite. They're going to be retreating. There is a heavy bottle turret and heavy las cannons. They're going to fall back, do some reinforcing. Necron Lord is being rebuilt. So, if these boys reinforce, second squad of... Oh, there, that was quite unfortunate. Being caught out of position. They've got one bunch of flayed ones in here. Going to research some more. Put them both in the back. Necron Lord comes out. That might be enough to crack this guardsman defense. Do have 2 sentinels out. We'll be cutting through this Necron monolith, but not enough time before these flayed ones are finished. I do believe that they'll have to pop out and then come back in, as is the way that the flayed ones are made. Ah, yes, yes. So don't start off in the monolith. They have to come out and then pop themselves back in. They are immortal while being spawned. And never mind, they are going to... Ah, yeah, there we go. They're going to jump in. Have the destroyer just chilling out here. It's now full health. Going to have a second destroyer coming out. Necron Lord, 75% away from being built up. They want to time this right. They want all... They don't want to throw flayed ones in and then the Necron Lord. They want it all at the same time. A perfectly timed push will be enough to break this guardsman line. And that is unfortunate. These boys are replacing themselves. So now will be the time. Necron Lord comes down. Pillar is being built up. Blade ones are not quite out yet. Needs to get that vision on the place to summon those flayed ones. Destroyer has been destroyed by the Valkyrie explodey bits. No flayed ones as of yet. It might be a little bit too late at this point. Necron Lord is being pushed back. Monolith over here has been taken down. Pillar is out of action. Flayed one's now been summoned on the Sentinels. And yeah, they are tying up the Sentinels. But they have managed to destroy the Destroyer over here. And Necron Lord will be going down to some lasgun fire and some psychic nonsense from the Psychers. Necron Lord goes down, giving a massive debuff to all Necron units nearby. Still managed to take out a fair number of guardsmen. These guardsmen now armed with cassicans. Yeah, this doesn't look like a pretty situation for the Necrons. They have lost their entire army. So there we go. I do believe that'll be at one singular flayed one holding down the fort, mindlessly trying to skin these Sentinels, crack them open for the juicy man inside, and that looks like a surrender to me. So good game. It was quite an intense one near the end. Could have been anyone's game really, although mind you that the guardsmen did have quite considerable map control. Could have transitioned to another unit composition. But yeah, cool, nice one. Anyway, my name's been Mr. Landchat. Pleasure as always, never short, and I will see you in a bit. Peace.